My name is Harry. I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is February 10th, 2026. It is exactly 3 a.m. on the dot. So let's continue. This is video number 3, talking about the Epstein. But this part is where the Sussex squad make reference to whatever William have said. I think William have put a statement out. So we're going to start with JTB. Deeply concerned is not leadership. It's PR autopilot. If you're going to break your silence, actually say something. The comments read it exactly right. People want accountability, not copy-paste sympathy. All right, so let's listen.
William and Kate, that was your statement? That was a cowardly placeholder. You waited, you watched the backlash build, you saw the revelations spread, and when you finally spoke, this is what you offered? Deeply concerned. Thoughts remain focused on the victims. That's it? No direct acknowledgement of the family connection, no ownership of the institutional stain, no commitment to transparency, no explicit pledge to cooperate, just sanitized sympathy on a palace letterhead. You are the future heads of that institution. The scandal isn't floating in space. It is attached to your bloodline. And the response reads like you're observers watching from a balcony. And the comments clocked it. They are furious. They said nothing. Might as well have stayed silent. Classic deflection. When thousands of people are independently saying your statement is meaningless, that is a problem. Deeply concerned is corporate crisis language. Your public is asking for moral clarity. They are asking for accountability. They are asking for leadership that doesn't hide behind vocabulary chosen for maximum deniability. This was image management. This was self-preservation. This was protecting the crown before protecting credibility. You had one shot to show backbone. You delivered a Hallmark card, and the internet shredded it. And that's the read. This is the notorious JTB, notoriously opinionated, signing out.
Okay.
William and Kate.
Let's pause. Let's read some of the comments. They don't care about the victim. Silent is golden for these scroungers. It's all a PR stunt, so the gullible public can show sympathy for these losers. Their statement is nothing of nothing. No emotion, empathy, not holding Prince Andrew Mountbatten Windsor to account. No words for the actual victim, just this nonsense BS. Okay, concern and first statement on Epstein revelation. Okay. Prince and Princess of Wales have said they are deeply concerned by the latest revelation about... Okay. I'm going to say something. Some of you are not going to like it. Alright, they're just dragging, what is it? Kate along. Okay, I don't think... Well, you know what? Forget what I'm about to say. Forget it. She was with Trump and everything. Whatever. Well said, and I agree with this. Okay, let's see here. The statement Prince and Princess of Wales should have said. We want to speak openly about the mistakes we have made regarding Andrew and his connection to Jeffrey Epstein. In the past, we protected Andrew and even said we would rather live next to him than to Meghan. That was foolish, hurtful, and wrong. We regret those words deeply. That is true. We now see that protecting Andrew sent the wrong message, that we care more about shielding Andrew and our own wealth and privilege than about standing with survivors. That is not who we want to be, and we are sorry. We are disappointed that the Metropolitan Police have not opened a full investigation into Andrew's action. We believe that accountability matters, no matter who you are or what title you hold. Most importantly, we want to express our solidarity with the victims. We apologize for the pain our past words and action caused. We stand with survivors, and going forward, we will use our voices to support justice, not to protect those accused of serious harm. Well, this part here, not to protect, then when the people say, okay, you don't want to protect, then he should go to trial or whatever, go give a testimony in the US. But this is the thing here with these people. I don't know if they could think for themselves, similar to how Harry is. Whoever's managing their PR or men in gray suit, I'm assuming they're part of the problem as well. So they're trying to protect themselves. But the William and them, the royal family, is the front for them. Let me read some of these and then that's it. Okay. Look like the world's newly acquired crisis manager is scrambling to get them ahead of the next shoe dropping. Problem is, the timeline of his daddy shenanigan is out there in front of us. They all knew, they covered, end of story. Deeply concerned, there's the thinking face here. This isn't new to them. We've been hearing about this for years, and that's all they have to say on this. Is an extremely serious, sickening incident. Another one of that family said the same thing. I don't get it. Then they said they'd rather live next to Prince Andrew than Harry and Meghan. Then they drive Andrew to church to show togetherness. Fudge them hypocrite rats. Alright, Prince Edward said it before they did. Oh, okay. Very well said. It's just another lights, camera, action moment. Notice they didn't say which victim. Bet. They consider themselves the victim they are deeply concerned about. The gig is up. No longer be rich by these two frauds. Next one. This is the thing with the wife. She doesn't speak up, so they're dragging her along.
One of the reasons Catherine is so popular amongst certain demographics, and I'm going to say older people and men, is because she says absolutely nothing. Yeah. She's a good little girl who keeps quiet and doesn't complain, doesn't do anything, doesn't rock the boat, and is a very traditional, old-fashioned, mute woman.
She wanted to be in that social class. There it is. This is the thing. Sometimes when you see the flashy thing, you see the actors, musician, the limelight, they look all popular and things like that. There's problem in the background. Some young kids see, the rappers, the musician, the actor, actress doing their thing. They want to be them, but there's problem in the back. She wanted to be there. There it is. And now her name is dragging along with it. World-class PR expert after seeing the reaction to that statement. They're so drippy. I can't believe she effed up that bad. There's the laugh here. Add, that woman needs to be fired on the spot. So who are they talking about? Absolutely not. Leave her right where she is. They are being roasted. They absolutely should. It's about time people start asking questions like, what does that mean? How are they putting the victims first? Okay, probably the statement. What are they doing, given how closely the palaces are linked to the case? They were literally offered up as a safe haven. If you know, you know. Such BS from Bald and Bond is too little too late. There's that. Why is everyone they hire so incompetent? Was there another thing beside the statement they put out? Next tweet. It seems like these people, they have something in their brain that's missing. Whenever the issue, for them to address the issue, it seems like they bypass the issue. They did the same thing to Harry. When Harry trying to get a concrete answer for them, it's like they turn the problem as if Harry is the problem. Alright, next tweet. They are vital. The gravy train looks shaky. They deserved it. Rather such a beginning for them. We're all waiting for the explosion. Full statement coming with accountability. As I'm reading some of these comments here, I have thumbnails that I did where a domino, when you line up all those dominoes and you touch one of the domino, you see the domino effect. I have one like that where the queen was in all of the dominoes falling. Yeah, I think it's almost time. Okay, it's the beginning of the end. Okay, they have to treat it the same way. Okay, Andrew. They have to treat Andrew the same way they've treated Harry and Meghan, or worse, and I still don't think the president will be happy. Harry and Meghan are not around to be used as scapegoats. That's that. It's about to get very interesting. Alright, hope the gravy train derail completely. Alright, people, I swear. And then there's that emoji. Next tweet. Alright, this is a video of someone who's doing sign language, translating something, and somebody tweeted it. The sign language version of the king being heckled deserves at least 10 BAFTA and a knighthood. Let's listen. It's 16 seconds.
Princess of Wales are in Saudi Arabia. The king is meeting the public in Lancashire.
I don't know how I'm gonna show it because the person is doing sign language. Totally obsessed with this. There's the laugh here. People are laughing. Oh, there's another one. Another sign language. 23 seconds. Hold my beer. Watch this without sound. I didn't even listen to the audio. The sign language lady looked like Hagmime for a Mel Brooks production. What is even going on? 23 seconds.
There is no footage. I'll try to say it again. There is no footage that depicts this individual that would be useful in identifying him that we have not released to you. And I think you can tell from, frankly, the not very helpful quality of the initial footage that our standard is pretty low. If we thought it was at all helpful, we would have and will release it. There is no footage.
When was that? There was a sign language person who was on camera doing a translation, and later on they find out he didn't know shit. I don't know who called him out. Let me pause and look for it. Before I show you the result of my search, I was going down the thing, and I was seeing some stuff here. Look at this one. This last also deserve one from ITV. It was him who came to the RNC. I was talking about him before. I don't know if it's in this video. But anyway, so I asked Google if there was a sign language expert who wasn't qualified. And it seems like there have been multiple. Alright, yes, there have been multiple notable instances of individuals acting as sign language interpreter on TV and at high-profile events who were later revealed to be unqualified, often producing gibberish or, in some cases, make-up sign. So, there they are here. They probably called them out. I'm sorry, I'm laughing out. So a couple of them in 2017, 2013. Alright, so you could go on Google and ask, or pause the screen and read this. Alright, so that's that. Let's go to the next one. It's a TikTok video. Alright, talking about the Epstein file. And now back to the Epstein file. Remember when Trump talked about how babies were being executed after being born in the context of abortions? Turns out every accusation is a confession with this sick mother efforts, credited by this person here. So let's listen. So apparently, if you guys didn't know, from the Epstein files, they're finding out they're eating children. Okay? Kids. These people are sick. They are freaking sick. And who knows, they might even be eating dogs and cats, because usually when they project, sometimes this is what they do. Oh my God. So let's listen. They are sick. Almost a minute.
Remember when Trump said that deranged statement about how people are executing babies after they're born and in the 9th month and calling it abortion? And we were all like, no, that's not a thing. That's not legal anywhere.
They have abortion in the 9th month. The baby will be born, and we will decide what to do with the baby. In other words, we'll execute the baby.
Turns out he said that because he's done that. We learned back on December 19th, when a teeny tiny portion of the Epstein files were released, that one of the children Trump raped multiple times was a 13-year-old girl who became pregnant. And when the baby was born, Trump accompanied the girl's uncle while he killed the baby in Lake Michigan. We're talking about infanticide, murder of an infant. And sadly, if you've listened to the Sasha Riley interviews on Substack, You know that this is just the tip of the iceberg. I know it seems like he can commit endless crimes and fraud and just keep getting away with it forever and ever, but I am convinced that the Epstein files will finally be his demise. Remember when Trump said that deranged
people are sick? Oh, and there's more. Let's pause this. 2026. Melania gives an interview stating she is pro-abortion, and then a week or so later, Trump funds Planned Parenthood again. Trump administration restores millions of Title X money to Planned Parenthood. If I'm not mistaken, like in the rural area, Planned Parenthood used to be very helpful for women, and they don't just do abortion, but this is the thing that these people claim that Planned Parenthood do, but they do a lot of things, healthcare for women and things like that, but I don't think it's in existence. I think they shut it down, and many rural areas were depending on it, and now they don't have it. Let me look. Alright, so this is the thing that I asked Google. Were Planned Parenthood helpful in rural areas? I should have said, well, yeah, in U.S. Yes, Planned Parenthood is considered highly helpful in rural areas where they often fill critical gaps in care. More than half of their health centers are located in rural or medical undeserved areas, providing essential services like contraception, STDs testing, and cancer screening to low-income, uninsured, and rural population. This is how stupid many of these people are. Those racists. They needed these Planned Parenthood in their area. Now, many of those Planned Parenthood are closed. They do not, and then healthcare, Trump destroying it. For minor thing, you could spend millions if you have millions. It's a lot of money. But the next question I'm gonna ask: are there a lot of Planned Parenthood in rural area, or they close or something? Maybe something like that. Let me pause and ask. Okay, you could pause and read all of that, but this is I'll read the first the question and the first sentence paragraph. The Trump administration closed Planned Parenthood in rural areas. Yes. Action by the Trump administration in 2025, including Medicaid restrictions and Title X funding changes, led to the closure of dozens of Planned Parenthood health centers, directly impacted access in rural and undeserved areas. Over 50 centers closed in 18 states in the first year alone. Okay, you could pause all of that. They did that systematically, step by step. They raised the thing about abortion, making it seem like this is the only thing Planned Parenthood does. And then there's a lot of doctors over the years that those sick people, those racists, who any little thing trigger them, the first thing that they could do is act savage. There's a lot of Planned Parenthood doctors who die. They kill because the system claimed that that's all Planned Parenthood does, as if it's only abortion they do. But I just read they do different things, prevention, and if you're sick, STDs and all of that. So, and then now we are in the part where now many of them don't even, Planned Parenthood is no longer there, and a lot of hospitals are closing, and healthcare is very expensive. They don't have any healthcare, so they're gonna, it's like self-destruct. Okay, so I hope I make sense with that. Trump administration. So there's the video.
You are staunchly for a woman's right to choose. You are pro-choice. You write, it is imperative to guarantee that women have autonomy in deciding their preference in having children based on their own convictions, free from intervention or pressure from government. Had you spoken to President Trump about that before you wrote that in the book?
Yes, he knew my position and my beliefs since the day we met. And I believe in individual freedom. I want to decide what I want to do with my body. I think I don't want government in my personal business. I think it's very important. And as I said in the book, and it's very well explained in the chapter what does really my body, my choice means.
Right, that you are staunch.
I was gonna say something here. Despite everything, we already know him, her, and Trump same boat. Okay, I'm not defending them on the things past action. Her copying Michelle Obama and whatever. But the only thing I have to say here, okay, while some people, Americans tend to blame immigrants and all of that, she's immigrant, and the hypocrisy with the Trump administration with his immigrant wife, that's a different discussion. But the whole thing here for me is when it comes to language, where some American feel like if they see a Spanish speaking person, it's offended them and things like that. But whatever. I just want to give her credit. She speaks English. That's all. That's the whole point of what I was trying to say. Let's move on to the next one. I have 3 more tweets. Okay, so this is a video of Dr. Shola. The survivors and all victims of Epstein ring of rape and pedophilia deserve justice. Stop protecting powerful men. Watch till the end to see how many times the ones known to us are mentioned. Release all the Epstein files. So let's listen how many minutes it is.
After years of being kept apart, we're standing together. Standing together. Because this girl deserves the truth. Because she deserves the truth. Because we all deserve the truth.
Okay, so how many times they mentioned? 2,592. Alright, that's Bill Gates. Let me move it back. They said Trump was there. Who was that? Musk, Elon Musk, 1,465. There's Trump. Oh my God, 5,300. I'm going forward. 1,465. That's Elon Musk. Okay, so there's Gate. I'm just going to do it like that. 2,592 times. Who's that? Trump? No. Who is that? Steve something. Maybe Steve Bannon. Oops, I didn't read the Steve Bannon. Bill Clinton, 1,210 times. Alright, Steve Bannon. Okay. 2,900 something. I don't know, it's 900 or 900 with a different number. Bill Clinton, 1,210. Who is that? Okay. Prince Andrew, Peter Thiel, Howard, was it Lutnick? I don't see the numbers. Pedal. Alright, so that's that. Who are these? Okay, let's go to the next tweet. I don't know how I'm gonna show that video because there's the sound for copyright and one of the girls that was shown in that video was black. Remember how they said they don't want black women or girls in the island? So in that picture, that video, there was one. Approximately 150 non-European countries have independence from Europe. Europeans are the greatest genociders the world has ever seen. Hands down. White history. Alright, so let's listen to her.
Whenever people of color talk about racism, white people really like to be like, oh, but you guys genocided each other, you enslaved each other, you sold each other into slavery. But the Mongols, but the Japanese, but the Ottoman Empire. Name me a single empire by people of color that spanned the entire globe like the British Empire did. Name me a single Asian African empire that wiped out the people of one continent that it colonized so much that it needed to get people from another continent and ship them across the Atlantic Ocean to do the work that they didn't want to do. Name me a single black, brown, or yellow empire that threw its own cultural development out the window in favor of colonizing the entire planet. I'm talking they never developed any good food, their hygiene was lacking, their music was crap, and basically their entire culture they had to get from other people to the point where chicken tikka masala is their national dish. And this is not to downplay the atrocities of things like the Japanese Empire. I'm Chinese, my ancestors and I all have an issue with them. But in the United States, Japanese people have not subjugated me. In fact, they suffer from the same white supremacy that I do. You want to talk about the Ottoman Empire? Okay. Name me a single country that speaks Turkish on the other side of the world from West Asia because of colonization. Name me a single continent like Australia that black or brown people genocided and almost completely wiped out the native inhabitants, to the point where they're a minority of the population in their own land. There is nothing like the European empires. There is nothing like white supremacy that you can possibly compare it to. Keep digging.
All right, so pause and read. Let me go to the next one. Another video. I want to finish. It's almost 30 minutes. Oh my god. All right, so this one, it's in, I believe, Russian. So the caption or the translation, I'll try to enlarge it. You know, you just read it. Okay, while people are freaking out over the fresh batch of Epstein files, as if something radically new and unheard of was discovered in them, here's a memory pill from the early days of the SMO. When this video went viral back in 2022, many people questioned the validity of it, and some actually accused me of propagating fakes. However, this is not a fake video. It is part of a segment on this very real man, or what's his name, Shokrat Adilov, who was interviewed by a Russian TV channel in the autumn of 2022. Also, here's a testimony by Vera Vayaman, OSCE observer, who also witnessed things no human should. By the way, this cut was translated to a bunch of languages with the help of my subscribers. You can find all those translations below the original video. And here's American Colonel Douglas McGregor essentially confirming what both Shokrat and Adilov and Vera Vayaman were talking about: organs removal from small children. Oh my god. I wish this unimaginable thing will shock people just as much as Epstein file, if not more. There was something I was thinking. Never mind. So there'll be a screenshot, but pay attention to the translation, okay? That's the only thing I'll put big, and then you could read it.
Ихняя группа, да, получается, собирала детей казенных, маленьких, от 3 до 6 до 7 лет, и привозила именно вот в этот пункт. Там их раздевали на первом этаже, а на втором их раздевали.
Oh my God.
Ненужный материал, их просто хоронили там в ямах или куда-нибудь возили. И вот эти ребята, они, знаете, говорили, как будто они как будто какую-то скотину звали, поросенка или там кролика, да. Ну, они, да, привозили. Как будто какая-то ферма, понимаете? Вот эта имплантация, забирали органы. Слышал об этом, но не верил. Пока своими глазами не увидишь, не поймешь. А когда увидишь, не простишь.
Wow. This is how, you know, getting rid of the... I remember what I was thinking about, then I forgot again. So I asked Gogo. I remember the question, the thing that I was trying to think, because I remember there was an adoption between Russia and the U.S. was having, and then out of nowhere, Russia stopped the adoption. I think this is when they probably were aware what they were doing to children, and then Russia stopped it. Okay, so I asked, when did Russia had issues with American adoption programs? Russia officially banned American adoption of Russian children effective January 1st, 2013, following President Vladimir Putin's signing of the Dima, that's the name here, Yokolov's law in December 2012. This action was largely political retaliation for the U.S. Magnitsky Act, which sanctioned Russian officials for human rights violation. The ban halted pending adoption for over 200 families and addressed reported safety concern for adopted children. I think this is when, or maybe they were aware of it, and then Russia stopped it. Okay? And then, they did what they had to do to get these people, and they documented. Okay, Russia has its own issue. When you look at things, when U.S. government, those elite people who's in power, they probably have issues with Russia. So they make Russia and China the bad guys. And then many Americans jump on the bandwagon and believe the nonsense. But Russia, on the other hand, I think try to tell American without saying, I'm telling you this or telling you that. They did what they had to do, documented all those Epstein files. It's them, I think, who documented it, and then put it, they have to get their whatever it is they want from America in the same way as well. Document the issues that those elite people in the US have been doing, and also in the UK. And then they've been doing these things to children. So I was aware that Russia had stopped adoption with the US. So I'm thinking, I don't know, perhaps there was this, they were aware what these elite people were doing to children. Alright, so let's leave that alone. So many things can be said. This is my last one for this video, and I mentioned it on my last video. And I'm just, oh, there's more videos. Alright, let's pause this. I'm adding this here. Child organ trafficking in Ukraine. Okay, I don't want to get to that. Oh, it's just that. It's not a video. Okay, you could read it. There's more thing here. I told you when I was looking what's happening in the Middle East, those Israel soldiers, when Canada was dropping food over for the Middle East for Palestinian people, because Israel was preventing food, help, and water, things like that for the Palestinian, and then Canada decided the next best thing to provide to get the food to the kids, whoever in Palestine, is food dropping over to the air, and then you have kids running to get the thing, and then you see Israel soldiers were shooting, didn't even look, and they were laughing. They were freaking laughing as they were literally shooting at kids. Alright, let me go to my last one. I shared it on my last video. It's about Naomi Campbell. Okay, Naomi Campbell invited Jeffrey Epstein to her 25th year Dolce Gabbana anniversary celebration in Paris. Naomi Campbell's representative, Becky Fatemi, personally invited Epstein to an exclusive celebratory event honoring Campbell's 25-year career with Dolce Gabbana. Epstein said to put him down with two other guests. Maybe they were doing things in there. I think this is where they took the picture of young Virginia Giuffre with Andrew. It could have been around that time, because that was one of the first picture that I saw, and I'm like, how come I don't see her name more? So she probably was in there, but I don't know. But there it is. I'll enlarge it. You could read it, okay? So that's it. Please take a moment to, I guess I should do a prayer. Prayer for the children? I don't know. Let's look for an image. I want a small image. Let's do this one. Prayers. Lord, help me to remember that my children are not little adults. They are children and need my patience, Christ-centered love, and understanding. There's that. It's very vague, but I need to stop. It's 3:38 a.m. So that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. I guess with everything that's going on, even though we don't like a Trump presidency, one of the things that I think is good that he is in office, at least we're done with him, because he cannot run again for a third term. We are done with him. And if he didn't win, well, I don't think he won, but whatever. Let's say he didn't do his second term. Every other election that would have happened, he will be in our faces. At least we know we're done with him this time. Okay? So he cannot run again. Unless if the Constitution or change or whatever, he could, if they change that, he could run for a third term, which means Obama could run again. But since it's not 2 term and you're done, at least we know we're done with them. So that's it. Please take, okay, I already did the closing. That's it. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.
You are all in this together. And if I may speak personally, we are all in this together. Because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.